Microsoft is about to kill Windows 10 support and strand hundreds of millions of devices that otherwise have perfectly functional electronics but are technically incompatible with Windows 11. And for that, for those who aren't bound by application support, there's always Linux. Earlier this year, we worked with a local group to install Linux on hundreds of computers that were pulled from the e-waste bin, and this is relevant now more than ever because of what's going on with Windows 10. We crowdsourced our audience to work with the Kramden Institute to run something they call a Geek-a-Thon, and it was awesome to meet so many of you as we worked together to fix these computers and get them back into circulation.
Currently running firmware, and then we'll run superposition. We check CPU-Z to make sure it is what it says it is.
Yeah.
Looks like it is.
Yeah. I saw the GN shirt, thank you.
Have a Carolina one, waffle between which one I wanted to wear.
Represent North Carolina.
Yeah. That was one of the cooler ones we did. Andrew on the other camera made that design. When did you build your PC?
Just in December.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Nice. We also worked with the Kramden Institute nonprofit team to teach people about computers at this event. Owen, right? I don't know if are you familiar with this? Like why they do that? And sometimes the answers were less technical than they were just to how the world works. If they populate half of it, which is what you're seeing here, this is actually an X8, but they're using the full X16.
Why?
Why is because it's a great question, and it's the answer to most questions in life, which is it's cheaper. We also worked with Kramden to sort laptops between piles of recycling or reuse. The no-good laptops would be separated for spare parts or for gold and metals reclamation, while the ones that were still mostly functional could be saved with spare parts from those that were not functional, and then they were repurposed for an OS install and redistribution into the local community. We also did this with desktops, and everyone's hand shot up when Kramden was looking for volunteers for the desktop teardowns, given that it was our audience. How's that?
Yep.
There's your public service announcement to clean your computers. Or your house, I guess.
So over here we're doing, recycling. And really what it is we're pulling parts that we're going to either reuse or scrap.
And actually, if you want to buy cheap computers that have been saved from the landfill by Kramden and some of our viewers, they have them available on site. They do a bunch of sale events, but while we were there, we also gave Kramden a bunch of our hardware for their own educational and classroom purposes because there's teaching events, but also worked with companies like Cooler Master and Height, plus our own inventory to sell stuff at a really cheap price for our viewers, with all that money going to support e-waste recycling, education of technology, and keeping systems alive by fixing them and installing new operating systems, sometimes Linux. Before that, this video is brought to you by the Montech HSO1 and HSO2 cases. The HSO1 and HSO2 cases differ by way of a mesh front or a curved glass front. We previously reviewed these cases in our intensive benchmarking process and found them to be overall high build quality, with thermals comparable between the two designs. The rear chamber of the case uniquely brings the power supply forward and perforates the rear wall of the case, allowing for more air movement internally while providing a different look. The rear of the case uses a fan mounting mechanism for two separate fans that can be coupled together with a plate, improving convenience. The HSO1 and HSO2 also invert with minimal effort, allowing the computer to present to the opposite side without needing to reconfigure the entire build. Learn more at the links in the description below. Hey everyone, so we're doing something different today. This is a PC repair and refurbishing event at the Kramden Institute. So the goal today is to do a meetup with a bunch of people and also fix and set up some computers at the same time. GPU testing station over here, laptop testing. Oh yeah, and here's some of the just pallets of laptops. So then the other side of this station is for installation of operating systems. So there's actually going to be someone here who works with Canonical, and I think probably a lot of this stuff's going to get some form of Ubuntu on it. And yeah, we'll check in for that too. Maybe I'll get to finally ask, is it Ubuntu or Ubuntu? Or is it neither? And I'm wrong on both of them. On this side, here's a palette of desktops. Every now and then you'll see an oddity like this. And so for the desktops, it's a teardown process where it's removing the good components that might still have usable life. So if there's a 13th gen Intel CPU in something, that's still perfectly good. So that gets pulled and they find a spot to either repurpose it into something else where the computer can then go out to be used, and we'll talk about that more later, or potentially sell it to fund the educational programs and the distribution of computers for people who could use them. That's the data destruction area. So that's a secure area where they destroy the actual physical drives. This just came in this morning, so this is from AMD. So Bill Alverson, we've done a lot of videos with him in the past, sent these in, and Matt Hurwitz from AMD, they sent all of this stuff over. So this is their retired CPUs and motherboards. There's some cool history to this, where this stuff was used, some of it in the BrainUp lab that we actually filmed. So a little bit of history to it. And so basically what we did is we talked to AMD to heighten iBuyPower, which they've got a box over there and a system they built. And we spoke to Cooler Master, which has stuff everywhere. And so viewers who come out get a discounted rate to help them out. Kramden gets to keep the money. And then for the stuff that I brought in, I get to clear space on my shelves. So everybody wins. We brought in some things too. So these are some video cards from our own testing where, you know, we buy a lot of stuff these days and review it, and then we have no use for it. And so I've dropped a lot of that off here. Some of it was stuff that was sent in by manufacturers, and they were basically, yeah, if you don't need it anymore, then whatever. I won't spend a lot of time on this because we already do that all the time. That's on store.gamersnexus.net if you want to grab any of it. All right, so this is one of the cooler things that came in for the sale. So one of the guys here, Evan, kind of goes through a lot of the older stuff and filters it. I know nothing about Apple anything, so I just want to make that really clear. But this is apparently a Power Mac G4. From what I understand, this is a less common variant where I guess they were commonly maybe 450 megahertz or something, and this is a 500 megahertz spec. Stone, do you want to wear a mic today?
This is kind of neat.
Yeah.
Is that Andrew's?
Yeah. That is an Andrew design.
Dude's creative. Steve had a pretty good idea. He said that I should go Patrick 1.
Yeah.
So you can be Patrick. And I'll be Patrick 1.
Yeah, I mean,
1.
you were here first.
And our mission is really digital equity. So making sure that folks in our community have access to computers, computer technology, as well as the education and training in order to get online. Number one, we refurbish computers. So that's what you all are going to be helping with today.
I'll throw some stuff in too.
Yeah.
So first of all, thank you everyone for coming out. So Patrick Stone actually brought me here it was probably like 17 years ago. It was a different location. I did one of these a really long time ago. I don't remember a ton of the specifics of it. I remember working on optical drives, which I imagine probably will not be the case today. And also, I think I remember some IDE drives, which will probably also mostly not be the case today. I'll bounce around between it, and then there's some people from the team here too. So Vitaly and Andrew are on the cameras, and then Patrick, if you need anything, is here with me. We've got Tim, who's one of our editors, and then Stone is here as well.
We're going to pull parts from those. First thing we're going to do is Ubuntu loads onto desktops. And I need 5 people for desktop teardown.
All we've done to these machines is remove their data. Past that, we know absolutely nothing about them. So it's especially important that we're keeping a close eye out for anything weird or wonky going on with these machines.
I'm going to go ahead and start with one of these and walk you guys through how we're going to open these and work on them. So desktops have multiple ways of getting open. So some of them are going to have thumb screws on the back like this one.
I like walking around and seeing all the different versions of Gamers Nexus t-shirts.
Yeah.
Cool.
I tried to wear a vintage one.
We'll try to contribute something, one useful thing each today.
Okay, cool.
That's awesome. These guys have been doing laptops, but so yeah, what are you looking for over here?
Yeah, so over here we're doing, recycling. And really what it is we're pulling parts that we're going to either reuse or scrap. So you'll see, like, in the CPU bin, we've got stuff that's 15 years old, we've got stuff that's 2 years old, and we're gonna sort through that and then put them in their different places. So we've been working through 3 pallets, or about 1.5 pallets done so far.
Cool.
We have a couple bins out, so what we're looking for basically is gonna be the RAM, the CPU, the heatsink, and then video card or other, like expansion cards. Anything plastic that you can't get back into the machine can go into this bin here.
Okay.
See all these fans? The CPUs themselves will need to take the thermal paste off.
Yeah.
We've got 3 machines actually right here. If you want to hand me one for Patrick.
Sure. Yeah. Are we doing anything beyond just like top
Just
level?
pulling those parts.
Just
Yeah.
RAM, heatsink, CPU.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
So you two have Dells, and Steve's currently working on an HP.
Z2. I don't know what the. I was asking Tom earlier. I don't know the HP names. Like, is Is Z2 high end?
It's like,
like-
you know, they make what is it? HP Z books, Z boxes. I think it's like their workstation line.
So plastics like these, you want to just leave them in?
You can leave those in,
Okay.
yeah. But you do want to look for hard drive, SSDs, possibly NVMe, like the gum stick style.
This almost threw me right away.
Yeah, that's
Just go in the bin?
Yeah, you can throw that in the bin. The steel can go back in.
Got it.
So you do have a hard drive in there, so let's get that pulled
We've
out.
got some kind of M.2.
This is a really popular activity with our volunteers because it really is like a puzzle, you know?
Yeah. Teardown is some of the most fun for the stuff we do.
Have you ever done a teardown before, Steve?
No, never. Yeah, look at that. That is some orange copper. That got some coloring. I don't think that's the natural color.
So I was telling Steve, remember that might be.
12700K. That's actually a good CPU. That
Yeah,
same
so
bin.
We've got the special clamshells for those.
I got an 8700.
8700.
Yeah.
That's not bad either. So I think it's 32 gigabytes. I can't tell if it's a 2x8 or a 2x16.
So once they're shucked, what are we doing with the?
Put them over pallet.
Okay.
Going good so far.
Oh, you got fun.
K620.
I want to check out this one. What'd you end up with?
E5 2620 V3.
A lot of V3.
That's what mine is too.
Nice.
Yeah.
GPU. Good job, Stan.
Yeah, we got it. We won the game.
OS loading.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
What's the OS?
Because I knew I was
Nice.
inside. I
Awesome.
down.
That's cool. Yeah.
I actually brought.
There's enough
some
windows out
old
there. So.
drives.
It's too much windows out there. James, good to meet you.
Just meeting you.
So you're running GPU testing.
Running GPU testing.
So the base hardware, like, were you particular about the board, the CPU? You don't care.
Not at
you just
all.
want to get okay.
I think that one's like a consumer grade
Yeah.
HP machine that's 4th gen. One of them is like a custom built one that we've had for years that I think is like
Yeah.
a 6th gen. We were not at all particular with these. I think that one's also an OEM board. I have no idea about what the heck this is. I just know that it tests graphics cards.
What are you guys working on? You have
I got a 2070. That's
wow.
currently running.
That's
I know, right?
relatively modern.
We
Yeah,
got a
cool.
1060 a minute ago on a 2070. Currently running FirmArc, and then we'll run superposition. We check CPU Z to make sure it is what it says it is.
Yeah.
Looks like it is.
Yeah.
And if all those things check out, it runs appropriately for the full 60 seconds. There's no weird driver issues,
Yeah.
flickering. Then it goes in the bin.
Cool.
And we pass
Very
it right
cool.
on to who knows where.
Yeah.
First thing we're going to want to do when we grab these machines is do a physical inspection. We want to see, is there any kind of damage on it? Any example of that, I'm going to put on my tracking sheet here in the notes and cosmetics. As these are booting up, let's keep hitting F2 over and over and over. This is going to help us get into the BIOS setup. And we're going to want to record the processor type. I'm going to plug in the key, hit escape, and it should start booting into Parts Magic. GovCView is just the Linux way of saying this is webcam. All right, look at that. Beautiful, fantastic. And the very last step here, it talks about cleaning in the instructions, but we're not going to worry about that today, is we unplug the machine. If it immediately turns off, we'll write fail next here to power test. But of course, there wasn't a battery, so I'd expect it to fail. And if there is no battery and it still manages to pass, also let me know, because I don't think that makes any sense whatsoever. And then the finished file, again, will be right here. Let's try reloading it again and see if it fails at the same SSHD stuff.
How's your process going?
Pretty good, actually.
I've seen two that are, actually three I think that are maybe questionable, so.
It's like the things that you would expect to be dead, like his processor was probably dead.
I say I've never seen a laptop just like
die like that.
No, yeah.
In that irritating transient way where you're like, sometimes it's broken.
Well, that's the worst kind, because then there's a hope you might be able to save it. You know?
I was looking at this thing, I was like, it's in great shape. It's got 16 gigs of RAM,
Yeah.
it's got 7. This is a winner.
Was the last one a pass?
Yes, completely.
Okay. All right. So, Alex, what happens if it's all good and then like the battery is just no good?
Well,
Do you replace the
we'll
battery?
replace the battery.
Okay.
So, sometimes we have the machines where it's like, oh, the keyboard's just bad. And on machines, especially like, let's say like maybe T480s and the X series, Lenovo's, the keyboard is pretty easy to replace, so that's fine. We'll just take it from a machine that already is having other problems,
Right.
a good keyboard, replace those.
Cool.
And in that same vein, especially for machines where, oh, this machine is completely messed up, and that's why we still spec them fully, even if we find, oh, these keys are missing. Because, well, if it has a 70% battery, we can still take that and then put it in a new machine.
Is this where the GM crew goes?
Yeah. We have 3 members working on 1 laptop.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So everyone else is working alone, and you guys, well, 3 of you are working on one.
I can only
machine.
stay till like 10. So I don't
Yeah,
want to get too
sure.
Tim didn't get the full rundown at the beginning, so we needed to
Right.
work together.
Have you gone through one fully yet?
Yeah, this one is working perfectly as far as we can tell, except for the battery. The battery's at 64%, but that's up to Kramden whether that's good or not.
Right. How's this going?
Good.
I saw all the hands went up for the teardown. Any of these have like interesting CPUs or GPUs?
6700.
6700?
So far.
6700.
97, 4700.
Okay, cool.
I've seen a lot more AMD GPUs than the phones.
Yeah, I'm seeing ATI stickers too.
A lot of ATI.
Okay.
They had nothing.
How about over here? What are you working on?
I couldn't tell you. I have no idea. I've never done this.
Really?
I'm
Okay.
just here for him.
Oh, okay,
My
cool.
son.
Very cool. All right.
But I'm a mermaid.
Oh, and have you built a system before?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
Build.
How many? 1?
2.
2. Wow. All right.
My first computer was like one of these with like someone slapped a 1050 Ti in it.
Ah, okay.
It had an i7 7700. So
7700 was actually pretty good for the time.
my current system's a Ryzen 5 5500 and a 3060.
Okay. Did you build that one too?
Yes, I built that.
What'd you use for the case?
Case, the NZXT H5 Flow, the
Yeah,
2022.
yeah, it's,
I
one
was
of
going to
their
get the
better.
Antec Flux, but we went to Micro Center and they didn't have it in stock. I really wanted the Antec Flux.
Yeah, the
'Cause
Flux.
I watched y'all's review on it.
Yeah, that case is good. They're doing
And I
a.
like how it looks.
I shouldn't really say this, but they have a new model coming out in about. And that's the most I'm already definitely saying more than I should. So for the metals, then,
Yeah.
I guess it goes out to the recyclers. Is there anything you can do with the plastics? I mean, is there any value?
You know,
It seems
honestly,
like-
not really.
Yeah.
Not for us. Plastic is either zero value or we pay to recycle it. What they do with the plastic, you know, they have some trade secrets that they don't like to share with everybody, but you know, the plastic usually just gets shredded into incredibly small amounts, and then they do a pre-sort because some plastic can be reused, but for the most part, that stuff is not getting recycled.
And then the
unfortunately.
metals, so do they melt it down, I guess, locally? And like,
For the most part,
Okay.
so they have a you know, a shredding operation. They have a smelting operation. We do have some things that you know, because of their nature, you know, like CPUs,
Yeah.
things like that. The smelting process for these is relatively dirty, so they actually go overseas to companies or to countries that have cleaner standards.
Right.
So they'll take care of that for us.
Cool.
You know, these guys are pulling all of these. We're actually going to do a sort through these because some of these guys are Pentiums.
Can I see the CPU bin? Let's go through a few of them just
Sure.
for fun. See if I remember the spec on any of them. This looks like Sandy Bridge. Nope, Nehalem. It's the i7 870, I want to say. So that is first gen i7, which is a relic.
Yeah.
i5 4570. That's somewhat recent. Like,
Here's a third gen i7.
okay, yeah.
So yeah, these are the kinds we want to hold on to.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. This one. This is probably a no value.
What you got?
E8400 Core 2 Duo.
Yep. Yeah, it's valuable just in metal reclamation.
I got it.
Right?
Yeah. Well, these are also interesting where they'll populate half of the lanes.
Yeah.
I don't know if Owen, right? I don't know if are you familiar with this? Like why they do that? Okay. So this is pretty interesting where the whole slot, if they use the whole slot, it's called a by 16 X16, right? Yeah. And so then there's X8, right? And there's X4. And so if they populate half of it, which is what you're seeing here, this is actually an X8, but they're using the full X16. Why is because it's a great question, and it's the answer to most questions in life, which is it's cheaper.
Is it cheaper? How's what I ask?
Yeah, it is maybe a couple pennies cheaper.
Yeah.
But at scale.
Yeah, if they're doing a million of them, right? This I have not seen a lot of the the Radeon Pros.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what era this is. It's not that old, but
got a great color.
Yeah, color of dust. Yeah.
We call that patina.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah. The provenance. How's this going?
All good.
I saw the GN shirt, thank you.
Have the North Carolina one have the like foil skeleton with front and back.
Yeah.
Felt a little too flashy.
Have you had any failures yet today on these?
No, I haven't had a failure. I had a 4 gig.
Okay. How about you guys? How's this going? Anything interesting?
This one has a weird webcam button.
How you guys doing with your OS stuff?
Having fun. I hope we get a chance I can take a picture with you because I
Sure,
love,
if you want to do one, we can do one now. Yeah.
I'd love to post it because of all the great work you've done.
Oh no, sure, yeah, happy to do it. Got the rapid fire.
Started off the network again, so I think you just need to reboot back to the hard drive.
Like, is it you're just starting to load, or?
No, it just loaded, and it's gonna reboot from the disk instead of the network. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully. And then we'll just document the rest of the info for the sheet. If it passes all the tests, button it up, put it on the rest.
This is a really nice testing station they've put together. I like the way they mounted the monitors. Yeah. I see the skeleton shirt.
Yeah,
yeah, thanks.
I've had this one.
That must have been the artesian one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the original one. Just doing the keyboard testing.
Defective keyboard?
Yeah,
I think so.
Which button or buttons?
It's getting all of them, honestly. I think it's all of them.
How's it going?
You tell me, Steve. This is a Titan card.
Yeah.
Which is dope.
Yeah.
But it's not being recognized even after a restart.
GK110. That looks maybe right. The thing I would do, so the name could just be because the drivers aren't there for the Titan. You need an NVIDIA driver. All right, Stone.
What's going on?
Walk me through it.
Oh gosh.
How many have you saved?
We have saved the lives of at least, I think we're at number 8 here.
8?
Look at that, we got it.
When's the last time you came out here and did one of these?
It's been a minute. Minute. Probably before I left and came to GN, so like 2017 maybe. Yeah,
Cool.
So this is really good to come back out again. It's a lot of fun.
What's the mini demo if you want to show some of the stuff you're doing?
Well, this one's a terrible example because it only has 4 gigs of RAM.
Perfect.
Which means what we want to do is we want to just like highlight all these and just run them all at the same time.
Okay, RAM.
And then, so like the YouTube video should be the last one to load because it's slow. But then you just gotta check your trackpad, check mouse 1, check mouse 2.
Oh, you're triple wielding mice. All right.
That's right. That's right.
So is that for USB?
Yeah, basically testing all the USB ports at the same time, and then right click and left click check. Right click. Left
And then
click.
audio, I guess, with the video.
Yep, exactly. And then so we do function keys.
Nice.
We got, does the webcam work?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then this one, you should only see the USB flash drive in there.
Yeah.
Because they've removed all the drives. Then the battery percentage, 73%. All right, so battery's good, touchpad's good, webcam's good, screen's good.
I think Andrew's upset because I haven't been keeping score. I don't know
what?
of how many laptops I've done.
Oh.
He wanted a number, but I don't have one for him. It's got to be at least 6. But
you don't want to disappoint Andrew.
No. I mean, I've also been talking the whole time, so.
Anything interesting?
We've had some old ones, had some new ones. I think I just did the first 4 gig laptop a minute ago. The 4th gen i3 is the lowest end, oldest CPU I've had. Nothing's got storage in it. I think they're pulling all that and like wiping or shredding it as a policy.
After spending half the day refurbishing computers, reclaiming valuable parts, and sorting recyclables, plus all the Linux installs, which is just awesome to see, we had several groups of fans come through for a garage sale, with all of the money benefiting Kramden's local tech education programs.
Just a couple of things. Cooler Master, iBuyPower, and AMD have donated a bunch of this stuff. Gamers Nexus themselves have donated a lot, and then some of this comes directly from Kramden's inventory as well. Really only rule is 1 CPU or 1 graphics card per person, just so we have enough for...
Even used, there's shortages.
Yes.
Yeah. We brought a ton of our own review items that we've bought over the years ourselves and just no longer need. Or we checked with manufacturers if they cared that we got rid of some of the older review items. Then we priced everything at about 30% below the retail value to help our viewers out who visited, while letting Kramden get some money for its tech education programs in return. This part was really fun because I got to spend a lot of time just talking with a lot of you. It was great. We really liked this, and the whole team was involved to help people answer questions about builds you all were planning. You can't get much better than buying a case we reviewed while also asking people who worked on the review, like Patrick or Jeremy, what they thought of the cases.
12700 is very good for 110. I don't think there's any Intel boards here.
I didn't see any. I've looked at these personally, and so that does do a 360 rad on the side.
An R600 might be around the same size that this is.
100 XT is actually a really good card.
Yeah.
The 6700 XT was AMD's mid-range for the time. You guys doing the EVGA?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I was looking at that the last 2 sessions, like, how is nobody buying this yet?
It was great to see some of our older stuff and some of the stuff from the industry that they just don't need anymore find new homes where people can put it to use. It really seems like a great higher end analog to what we had just spent all day doing.
Really?
All right.
And it's sold by Kramden?
Yes.
It's in really good condition.
That's why I bought it, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, because normally they're all like cracked and broken,
Yeah.
but those ones they just don't work at all because they have heat problems. So.
Yeah, that's what Evan was saying, that they're normally cracked, so.
A lot of large corporations in this area, and probably near where you live, they get rid of stuff when it's basically still perfectly good for anybody else. So places like this, we encourage you to find one near you, because they specialize in just getting stuff back out there and fixed for people who can still appreciate it. There was one super unique request though, and those of you who know about our gaming chair reviews will enjoy this one.
Is it the chair or the table?
Chair. And they're gonna want signatures on the chair.
That's,
so
that's fine. if you wanna try and make it happen. Yes, I have never signed a gaming chair. All right. Nice. Yeah, no problem. Sure.
Have fun, enjoy.
Yeah, good meeting you guys. See ya.
Getting everybody in the shot.
That's it for this one. There's a lot of places like this around the world, and you should definitely look locally or check out Kramden. But the point of this really is that a lot of the computers that are just tossed by plenty of people, and now upwards of 400 million from the upcoming Microsoft changes, those systems are perfectly good. A worst case scenario, if they don't support some version of Windows, maybe it is worth just experimenting with a Linux operating system as a daily driver for a web browser machine, or at least sending it somewhere it can get use. It was awesome working with the team for this and seeing their processes, and it was great meeting so many of you out there. We had 3 or 4 different groups throughout the day. We can't wait to do another one of these, and our thanks to Kramden for their patience as we work through cutting it all down as well. Subscribe for more, check out the links below, and we'll see you all next time.